You're listening to the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast, the only show 100% dedicated to supporting women in all areas of the pet industry. I'm your host, Tori Mystic, and today I'm excited to bring you another solo episode. And today I am talking about something that has really transformed not just my business, but my life. And I just had a little light bulb moment about it recently when I was working on my taxes. Taxes are never fun to work on, but they're a little bit more exciting when you realize that you are more financially independent than ever before. That's what just happened to me recently, and it's all thanks to online courses. I don't want to sound like a broken record. I know I've been talking a lot about online courses lately. I've created so many courses that I've promoted through my podcast. But what's different right now is that I am launching a program that is going to help you create your online course. I have just had such an amazing experience. It's transformed my business, transformed my life. And I want you to have that too. So I'm launching a new course creator mastermind program that is going to help you create and launch your course in 8 weeks. So by June 1st, you're going to be enrolling students in your course. You're going to be bringing in extra revenue. You're going to be known as the go-to expert in your particular pet niche. It's going to be amazing. I'm personally super excited for you. If you're not quite confident enough to create a course right now, I am going to use this episode to tell you a little bit about my history creating courses and how I got to where I am today. So I've been creating courses through Wear, Wag, Repeat for a couple of years, but it wasn't smooth sailing right from the get-go. So in this episode, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I first learned about course creation, some of my first ideas and my first failed ideas, and then I'm going to talk about what these courses, the successful ones, mean to me now. And then finally, at the end, I'll share some more information about this course creator mastermind, which I am so excited about. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's start by looking back in time. It's funny because I'm actually recording this episode from Utah. I am on a family vacation with my mom, my younger sister, my older sister, and her husband and their 2 boys. So we have a big family ski vacation this week, and I'm recording this episode from Park City, Utah. And it was about 8 years ago in Park City, Utah, that I first kind of got the spark for online course creation. So it's a very full circle moment right now. 8 years ago, I was at a conference called Alt Summit, and that conference completely blew my mind because it was about like 98% women, and they all had these really cool creative businesses. Some people were bloggers, some people were content creators, photographers, videographers, artists, all kinds of different things, coaches, inspirational speakers. There was even one woman who just blew me away. She had a sticker business. That was her whole business. She sold stickers online and she had like 15 employees. That's how many stickers she was selling. So this conference 8 years ago just completely blew my mind. I'm sure I've talked about it on other episodes, or you've heard me talk about it in some place if you've been following me for a long time. I was really just, my eyes were opened and my mind was blown at the possibilities of what we could be doing online. And I was really excited to learn about ways to make money online. At the time, I went to this conference expecting to learn more about Instagram strategy. At the time, I was still managing Instagram accounts for clients. I was doing their day-to-day posts on Instagram. So I went hoping to learn about that. I was also just maybe starting to dip my toe into influencer marketing, so I wanted to learn about that as well. I had no idea that I was going to get bit by the course creation bug and get all all these ideas and end up where I am today. But back then, 8 years ago, I can picture it clear as day in my mind. I met the amazingly talented Cara Cull. She is a kind of mom blogger, but she is really cool. She's not your standard mom blogger. She is just so funky and cool. I love her style. I love her approach to everything. And what I loved about her is that she was this content creator, an influencer, but she also had done some acting and commercial kind of stuff. And that's where I was at the same point in time too. I've done lots of commercials and acting and modeling for the past 15 or so years. And so I was really drawn to Cara and just wanted to pick her brain about everything. And I don't think I even asked her about creating a course, but she told me, you need to create a course. And I was like, what would I even make a course about? And Cara told me the greatest piece of advice, which I want to share with you right now, which is to look at what people are asking you about the most. What is your most frequently asked question? What is your most popular piece of content, whether it's a blog post or an Instagram post or a viral video, whatever it is, whatever people are the most curious about, that right there is like the beginning of the idea of your online course. So back 8 years ago when I was talking to Cara one night in Utah, I was thinking my most popular post at the time was a popsicle recipes blog post where I just shared really simple popsicle recipes. But I wasn't super confident to create a course of popsicle recipes because I felt like people could just look that up online. They don't really need me. They can get the recipes on my blog post for free. Why would they pay me for this? And I just couldn't really wrap my head around it. I wasn't ready to dive into course creation. And so I spent several years kind of brainstorming around this. I actually launched a membership program maybe right after that, and it was called Make It Wag, which I thought was a very cute name because it was a DIY for dog moms membership. So each month I would release a new DIY craft and it would be for dog moms. So one of them was a welcome mat where you could stencil peace, love, and then a paw print, I think, was what the welcome mat was. Another one was stamped metal dog tags where you would buy a little metal stamping kit. I thought it was a super cool idea, but you guys, it flopped. I think I had 2 people join that Make It Wag membership, and I was selling it really inexpensively. I don't know if you remember at the time, Netflix memberships were about $7, and so I think I priced my membership around $7 as well. I was going on the Netflix model. And nobody joined it. What I discovered was that my pet parent audience, although they loved seeing the DIYs that I did, they really just wanted to see them. They didn't actually want to do the DIYs. And this is lesson number 1 in course creation, is that it's really important to do your market research. You really want to make sure that your audience not just has an interest in your topic, because I knew my audience was interested in DIYs, but what I missed out on figuring out was whether they actually wanted to make the DIYs themselves. So it's really, really important to do plenty of research and make sure that your course idea is something that is not just interesting to your audience, but something that they are going to buy and be really excited about. So that was one of my first lessons I learned about course creation. My first successful course that I had was actually called Insta Mystic. I had rebranded my business, my social media consulting business. I had rebranded it as Insta Mystic. This was, oh gosh, guys, I can't keep track of the years, but this was somewhere in the middle of those years, right? And I was specializing in Instagram management. I was like, I don't want to do your Facebook page. I don't want to do your emails. I don't want to do your Yelp page, because I was working for local businesses at the time. I decided I would just narrow down my niche and focus on Instagram. And so I started picking up more clients for Instagram only management, and I launched this course called Insta Mystic. And I targeted it towards creative women entrepreneurs. All the branding was super me. It was super pink, super feminine, very me, and really appealed to this target audience that I was going after. I created some opt-in incentives like quizzes to find out how your zodiac sign, how your horoscope related to your Instagram content strategy. I had some really fun promotions, and I really kind of leaned into the name Insta Mystic, and I tried to make it kind of mystical with crystals and horoscopes and all of this kind of stuff, and it was super fun. And guess what? It was a big success. I made over $10,000 on that online course over the course of maybe a year or 18 months, something like that. So that little course creation bug that bit me when I was talking to Cara Cull back in Utah, it finally grabbed hold of me when I launched the Insta Mystic course, and I actually got people enrolling. And it's because I did my research. I picked a target audience that was really specific. I got really clear on who my target audience was, and I found out what they were into, like crystals and horoscopes and all of this kind of stuff. And I made the course really easy for them to understand and really satisfying for them to complete each module. And I made sure that everything was really actionable and that what I was teaching them really was going to make an impact on their Instagram strategy. The biggest thing about your course is you want to make sure that you really deliver or over deliver on your results. You want to make it clear and easy and simple for people to understand, but you want to make sure that they are getting really good results. So now is the point in my course creation experience, journey, whatever you want to call it, where I figured out my pet industry niche. So I re-engineered my Insta Mystic course, and I relaunched it as something called Instagram Strategy for the Pet Obsessed. And this is where I really hit my stride. I found my pet people. I found the people who wanted their dogs to become pupfluencers. I found the businesses who wanted to grow their Instagram accounts and reach pet parents. And I put my heart and soul into this course, which I abbreviated INSPO, Instagram Strategy for the Pet Obsessed. And this course also did really, really well. From there, I went on and I launched more courses. I've got 2 masterclasses. One is about print on demand for your online pet business. So I launched that at the beginning of the pandemic because a lot of people were struggling to have an income stream. A lot of in-person pet businesses were completely shut down at the beginning of the pandemic. So I created my print on demand masterclass to help them to create an additional revenue stream by selling print on demand t-shirts and mugs and tote bags and whatever kind of merch they wanted to sell so that their customers could still support them even when they couldn't provide in-person experiences and services. So that course was really designed to address a very specific problem and a specific need in the industry. And I knew that there was interest in that because at the beginning of the pandemic, before that masterclass, I hosted a free workshop about how to grow your pet business online back in April 2020. And over 250 people registered for it, and more than half of those people actually attended live and watched it and were really interested in this print on demand possibility. So I knew that there was interest in that, and I think that's why that masterclass was such a success. Of course, I also have my Pinterest masterclass, which is something that I think is successful because not a lot of other people talk about Pinterest. So it's a very specific niche that I have had success with and that I want to be able to teach other people how to be successful with it. So that's my kind of course creation journey, but I want to tell you more about this little light bulb moment that I had the other day when I was working on my taxes. In years past, for the past, 12 years or so, I've always received about a dozen 1099s because I always had a million different clients. I think one year I might have had like 20 1099s. My accountant hated me. And it's because I had all these different clients that I answered to. I had clients for my social media business, for Instamistic. I had sponsored content that I was doing. I had affiliates that I was working with. And then I had my courses, and I had all these different streams. And it was just like all over the place. And I was getting a little bit here and a little bit there. But this year, I sat down to do my taxes and I realized the majority of my income is coming from my online education, from courses, from my membership, from coaching, from all of the workshops that I guest teach for other people. It's just really cool to me. It really made me feel like I was really, truly self-employed. And I was telling someone about this the other day, and she said, "But Tori, you have been self-employed for like 15 years. But this just hit different. It just felt really different to me. I was so proud. I felt like this past year, the income that I earned, I really earned it myself. I wasn't working with clients. No one was paying me to do stuff for them. I mean, they were, don't get me wrong. I still did sponsored content. I still have other streams and affiliates and ads and all this other stuff. But the majority of my income came from my own work, my own brain, through my online courses and my membership and coaching and all of that kind of stuff. And what that means to me is just another level of financial freedom and financial independence. I don't have to worry so much if I lose a client or if I pitch a influencer campaign and I don't get selected, because I know that I can support myself, that I can rely on myself, and that I have this amazing revenue stream that I can use to share my expertise, to share what I know. And it's not just financially beneficial to me, but it's so rewarding to know that what I'm sharing, the knowledge that I'm teaching to other petpreneurs and other pet parents, they're actually able to use that to grow their business. So it's just like this huge butterfly effect that it makes me feel so good. And I would love for you to be able to experience that as well. And I know that you've got a great course idea in you. And what's really cool about courses is that you can teach to your existing target audience. So if your existing target audience is pet parents and you're helping them with their dog's behavior or nutrition or training or whatever it is, you can create a course that speaks to that target audience, that helps them. Or on the flip side, you can create an online course that helps other pet pros learn how to do what you do so well. And the cool thing about teaching online, and I've heard this quote other places, and this might be a Marie Forleo-ism. I'm sorry. I love Marie so much. I feel like I talk about her and I quote her all the time. This might be from her, but people say that in order to teach someone how to do something, you really only need to be 10% more experienced and knowledgeable than the person you're teaching. So you don't have to create this like Harvard, Princeton level course of how to train your dog. What might be more effective, more helpful, and actually make you more money is to create something super, super specific. You really can't teach how to train your dog in one course. That would be impossible, right? But you can create a course that is how to teach your dog to walk on a loose leash, how to teach your dog the place cue, how to teach your dog to fetch. you could teach simple things like that that are going to be actionable and very rewarding for the student. So that's a really important thing to consider with your online course as you're creating it. You want to make sure that your student is going to be very satisfied, that they're going to have a sense of accomplishment as they go through your course, and that it's not overly complicated. We want to make sure that your course is something that your students can actually do and actually benefit from, because it's not doing anyone any good if it's just collecting dust on their digital shelf. So if this whole kind of explanation and kind of look into my business, which I love sharing the behind the scenes of my business with you, and I love hearing feedback. If you have any feedback or if this episode resonated with you, please reach out to me and let me know. I know that you like the solo episodes. That's what I've heard from many of my listeners. So if you did enjoy this episode, please reach out and let me know. And if you have a little course idea or a big course idea, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to say little when it applies to our businesses, because our businesses are not little and our ideas are not little. So scratch that. Never mind. If you have an amazing course idea for your amazing, prosperous business, I want you to reach out and tell me about it. No pressure. You do not have to sign up for my mastermind program. I get it that it is not the right time for everyone. No pressure at all. I genuinely want to hear about your course idea because I just get so excited. Not only could it lead to an additional revenue stream for you, it can also establish you as the go-to expert. It can help you reach a global audience. But not only that, all of that's wonderful, but the real icing on the cake is that you could be helping people. And if I can help you do that, it's this butterfly effect again. And it just gets me so excited. I think that, I love law of attraction and all that positive mindset stuff. And I really do believe that if I can help you and you can help others, that we can make a really wonderful, big impact on the world just by spreading this positivity and spreading knowledge and helping petpreneurs and pet parents be more informed. I mean, that's a good thing, right? So let's try and do more of it. If you are interested in doing the Course Creator Mastermind, we're starting super duper soon. So this episode actually comes out, if you're listening to it the day of, it comes out on March 22nd, 2023, and our Course Mastermind, we're going to try and have a kickoff call on Friday, March 24th, but don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. The full program starts the week of March 27th. It's going to be 8 weeks long, and in that 8 weeks, I will help you refine your course topic idea. Make sure that it's a good idea that your audience really is going to pay for, not just kind of have a loose interest in, like my do-it-yourself crafting membership that was kind of a flop. But I'll help you make sure that this is really a very good idea that's going to be successful, and then I will help you physically make the course. We are going to make your course together. This program is going to be a very close-knit, small group. I think that masterminds should always be less than 10 people because I want everyone to have plenty of personal attention. So this is not going to be a big program. This is going to be very small, very hands-on, and very close-knit. So you're going to get my expertise, but you're also going to be able to hear the advice I share with the other pet professionals in the mastermind, and you're going to be able to work together to figure out how to create the best course for your target audience and for you and your business. So over those 8 weeks, we'll refine your idea, we'll do a little bit of market research if we have to, and then we'll really get into the nitty-gritty of making your course. I make my courses using Teachable. That's a course creation platform. I highly recommend it. I use it for all my courses and my membership and my coaching, but you do not have to use that. There are other options like Kajabi or Thrivecart, but some of those can be more expensive or more complicated. But it is totally up to you. You can do whatever you want. But I will be here to support you if you are creating it in Teachable. I know lots and lots of tech support and different tips and tricks on how to get Teachable stuff to look how you want it to look, because I've been using it day in and day out for many years. So that's what I'll be using to kind of demonstrate with over the program. And then we will kind of go through, everyone in the mastermind group will be able to kind of go through and almost be your beta testers to look at your course and make sure that it makes sense. We're all dog lovers or pet lovers, so we're really going to maybe not be your exact target audience, but we'll be able to kind of step into the shoes of your target audience and do a little beta testing of your course to make sure that it runs smoothly and that it makes sense and it delivers on its promises. And then, girlfriend, we are going to launch your course before June 1st. We're going to have your course locked and loaded before June 1st. Imagine how amazing that's going to feel. I know it's going to be kind of a bit of a whirlwind to do all of this in 8 weeks, and June 1st is actually a little bit further out. So I've built in some time for you to have a little extra time to work on your course yourself after the mastermind program. But as of June 1st, I am going to promote your course to the entire Wear, Wag, Repeat audience. So I'll do a podcast episode, I'll do a blog post, I'll be doing Instagram posts. I'm going to email my whole email list of over 5,000 pet parents and pet lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone about your amazing course. And I'm going to encourage them to enroll in it because, like I said, if I can help you create a course that helps other people, that is just that would make my day. I would be so happy to do that. And I think that the world really does need to know about your specific area of pet expertise. I know that you know something that your average pet parent or our average pet pro does not know about. And you gotta share the wealth, share the knowledge. So this mastermind program that we are kicking off this month, it is going to help you create your course, make sure that it is optimized, that it is set up, and that it is actually created and ready to launch. I'll help you with the sales page. I'll help you with the launch emails. If you need to create an opt-in freebie, I'll help you with that too. We can create a quiz or a private podcast episode or a PDF or an ebook or a video series. We can create whatever you want. We are going to brainstorm this and make it work for you and make it work for your audience. So all the fun and all the excitement for this Course Creator Mastermind program starts next week, really. So if you want to check it out, please head to the show notes. There will be a link on whatever podcast player you're listening to, or you can go to wearwagrepeat.com/podcast and you will find all the links to learn more about the mastermind program. One last thing before I go that I want to mention about this program is that I know it's a bit of an investment, but I really, and I want to be so transparent with this, I really thought hard about the pricing for this mastermind program, and I priced it and I designed the pricing so that it would pay for itself. I know that you can make this investment back in your first course launch. That is how I designed it. Whether you are pricing your course so that you have to sell 5 enrollments or 15 enrollments or 25 enrollments, I know that you can do it. That's not that hard. I can help you get 25 people to sign up for your course. That's not going to be difficult because your course is going to be amazing and I am going to help you promote it. So this program is 100% designed to pay for itself. So don't let that hold you back. I know that you're going to make back the investment and you're going to make back like 10 times the investment, to be honest with you. Once you head down this course creation path, if you get bit by the bug like I did, girl, in a couple of years, you're going to have a whole masterclass. You're going to have all kind of stuff going on. And I want to help you get there. I'm so pumped. Okay, I got to go because like I said, I am on a family vacation right now and I can hear my nephews downstairs begging me to do some kind of sticker by number coloring book with them where you just stick stickers. It's like paint by number, but stickers. Have you heard of this? It's it's very interesting, you guys. So I'm going to go be sticking away, but I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast episode, and I hope that you are inspired to create a course. Like I said, you do not have to enroll in my mastermind program, but you do got to get your ideas and your knowledge and your expertise out there, because it's really going to help people, and it's not fair to keep it all locked inside of you. So I hope you're inspired. Thank you again for listening to this episode of the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, please leave me a review, either in Apple Podcasts or whatever app you like to listen to your podcasts on, and share a screenshot of your review on your Instagram stories, and I would love to reshare it and make sure that I'm following you back. As always, you can find everything about the show at wearwagrepeat.com/podcast.